Now, the major thing that makes me enjoy this version of SAO is because it actually feels like a game. The first Squad Jam did a really good job at establishing game mechanics, establishing players that actually felt like they were playing a game, not in this life or death situation, and it did a great job at that. But with what we saw with this week's episode of SAO Alternative, I actually think Squad Jam 2 is doing it even better because it feels like a video game 100%. The way the characters reacted to all the death and carnage in this episode, the amount of times to see the dead little tag pop up over bodies as you see all the different teams striking down a different team, and just the behavior so many teams had, like the camping in the trees there, waiting for your moment, setting up booby traps, like everything about it, it felt like actual players playing a battle royale, nothing BS, and it actually had game mechanics, and that's why I loved it so much. It actually had quite a bit of fun comedy in here as well. Like, Fuka is a character who obviously trains. She says in the episode she trains, she understands her arcs, how her grenades go. She has a mastery over her character currently, but she does lack experience actually playing the game versus other players. So of course, she's going to be new and not know what to look out for, such as traps on the ground that are going to blow your legs off. And I love how they direct that, because it would be so easy to make it super dramatic and have it be like, oh no, she lost her legs, we need to have this dramatic speech. And even like when she tries to give the dramatic speech like, leave me, Len, save yourself. It's a game. It doesn't matter. Her legs are going to come back after 2 minutes, and even if they did automatically, she can use a med kit. It's a game. It doesn't matter. And I love how they respond to that, but also how it plays factor into the game mechanics and why a rookie would fall for such a basic trap. Not to mention, there's that shot where Len literally goes underneath a guy and slices his crotch. Most brutal move I've seen so far from Len, but I can't say I wouldn't try to do that in a VR game as well. Like, that's just funny. I gotta say, that's funny. And then I also like how they team up and do something that players would do. If you have this very complex VR that you can literally do anything, you're going to team up, have one character on a building, scouting out where they are, giving coordinates on where to launch your grenades, have another character in a blind spot, you can't see them, they can't see you, and just launching these attacks, 12 grenades, taking out a team. It was awesome. There was strategy, and this is what people would naturally do, myself included, in a game like Gale Online. And that's why I like this show. It actually has mechanics, and this episode was one big video game episode. Nothing about it was serious. Sure, you got Pito trying to be like, I want to go have my carnage and things like that, but I don't take Pito seriously. Like, seriously, she's just a lunatic. That's her character. But all the other characters, like, I like how the mechanics are working. I like the new updates to this Squad Jam versus the other one. You still have the immortal objects, just this time the scanner's not an immortal object. I like seeing it when Len's just holding up a dead body, bouncing off of walls. Her character is awesome. I love the speed and agility type characters in games where you have the ability to be a fast but low health kind of character. I like those types of characters, so I really like watching a character like Len in a game like this. It's awesome, it's fun, and it just knows what it wants to be. It's not trying to write a super deep plot or anything like that. It's just trying to establish the characters as a very distinct and memorable personality, and then throw them into a Squad Jam and watch them have fun, and it's doing a great job. It's doing things that video games can't do at this point in time. We don't have VR that is this complex that we can have human behavior to this extent and not be limited by the game's programming. So I like seeing things where there is no limitations in this game. Sure, there are certain mechanics like immortal objects, things that aren't immortal, but you can literally, if you want to put a trash can over your head and hop in a house, you can do that. You don't have to be limited to a programmer implementing that mechanic. I like that. It's so fun, and hopefully I get to have something similar to this before I die. I highly doubt it, but it'd be nice if video games do reach this sooner rather than later. It was awesome. It was fun. That's all this is. If you're looking at this as like a critical, deep, amazing show, no, it's not. It's just a fun show, but that's what it wants to be, and I like that. I like how there are teams literally seeing one of the top-ranked teams just sitting there, and they decide to make an alliance. There's nothing against the rules that say they can't, so now there's like 42 people going after our boy M, as well as Pito. That's going to be awesome. I just like how different players are playing the game in a different manner, and it actually feels like real players playing this game, rather than just a random character made to just be whatever, mindless fodder. Like, I like that. It was fun. Not much more to say past that. Like, honestly, I would say this is probably my favorite episode of the series to date, just because it was the most fun. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Squad Jam 2. I'm going to assume we're probably going to have 2 more episodes before Squad Jam 2 wraps up. It's going to be fun. It actually feels like players playing a game rather than just an anime trying to be a video game but failing horribly. It was awesome. It was fun. Let me know what you're feeling down in that comment section below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Your favorite moment? My favorite moment is Len literally slicing that dude's crotch. It was so absurd. I loved it. But you know, people would absolutely do that in a VR game like this. Let me know what you're feeling down in that comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like. And if you're new, also be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.